All right, y'all. I want to talk about something that's really like been heavy on my mind. Like real heavy. Um, and it involves accountability. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about accountability because there's so many motherfuckers that when you tell them something and you give them the truth, they don't want to hear it. And see, that's where I have to draw the line. Because at some point, don't take out what you going out on me. Bitch, you put yourself in that situation. And then when they try to come back and blame you for the situation, it's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. I don't do videos like this. Damn, it's my granny birthday too. We fall down, but we get up. But, motherfucker. Okay, let me get into the story, right? So basically, it was this girl. Known her for a minute. We gonna call her Lele. Me and Lele, we were supposed to date at one point. Me and Lele didn't end up dating. Lele was fucking with, other people. And then she was lying to me, making it seem like, oh, she wasn't fucking with nobody. When in reality, she told me that we could be exclusive, and she lied to me. But anyway, we gonna fast forward. Lele has been nothing but fucking problematic. Why? Because, one, there's been so many times where I've done things for her. She's done things for me too. But I feel like she's always used me as an emotional crutch. When something didn't work out with a dude, when she didn't get her way, or she was going through a certain situation, she would get upset about that, and she would come and call on me. Call on Tyrone. But anyway, see, my situation is this with Lele. See, I don't care. Like, I'm not upset at the fact that, because I know sometimes we all need that emotional support. We all need a friend. You know what I'm saying? We all need somebody to talk to, which is understandable. But when you start to just use me for your own convenience, and it's just only for you when you need something, that's when it becomes a problem. Because, baby, I'm not a trash can. I'm not a trash can. I'm not a dumpster. You're not just finna just dump all your trash and all your problems onto me. That's not how that works. Hold on. Lele ended up messing with this dude. She probably was messing with the dude while we was even supposed to be supposedly talking. Now, I will say this. I hold myself accountable because I used to chase Lele. I used to chase her. I wanted to pursue her. I bought her flowers and I did small things for her. You know what I'm saying? I did things that I felt like, these are things she deserved. And one of my love languages is an act of service. And basically, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, really give something to Lele, because I felt like the dudes that she was with, the dudes she was pursuing, they was just only gonna hurt her. And now, before y'all say she's bisexual, however, I don't think Lele, she says she bisexual, she identify, I don't think she do. Because every time when I was trying to, you feel me, she wouldn't do it. And the thing is, Lele didn't have no problem with stringing me along. Lele didn't have no problem with bullshitting me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that there wasn't other women that I talked to, or there wasn't somebody in mind that I felt and I had feelings for, or whatever the case may be. I'm not perfect either. However, I was honest with Lele. Lele lied to me. So, boom. Lele been fucking with this dude for a long time. I kept telling Lele, stop going back to this nigga. Every time. Everybody was telling her. Lele mama. Everybody was telling Lele. Lele didn't listen. She said, and for you women, you straight women, y'all be the ones that be sitting up here going back to these niggas. Y'all be going back to these men. Ooh. Y'all be going back to these men and you be talking about, oh, it's so good. He put it down on me. So that nigga could beat your ass, set your dog on fire, and kidnap your kids. And as long as he fucking you good, you still gonna go back? I'm just asking the question. I'm being very like honest about it. But anyway, so that's not what he did. He didn't set her dog on fire. But this dude has hurt Lele so much to the point where she done put herself in a situation to where this dude put his hands on her. Not once, but twice. Probably the first time when she told me he showed aggression. Now, I don't know, I ain't gonna lie, because half of the time I didn't really listen to the bullshit. But she did tell me that he showed signs of aggression in the beginning. So I'm like, this nigga had to put his hands on you before. And Lele decided to continue to fuck with this dude. And every time she called me and they got into it, she would call me, use me as an emotional crutch, talk about what he did to her. The conversation was only about her and him. Now, remind you, when you are talking to somebody and you're constantly talking about your problems, you never ask how they doing. You never ask about their situation or how they feel. That's very selfish. And that's what Lele was. Lele was selfish. Oh, these chili cheese fries I made, y'all. I got some chili cheese, dog, too. Yep. Also, before I continue, I want to say happy heavenly birthday to my granny. Rest in paradise, the most beautiful woman. Okay. And I know, Granny, I know you better get yourself in the gym and lose that weight. I will. Yes, ma'am. I sure will. I sure will, Granny. But anyway, boom. So we gonna continue. Y'all better say happy heavenly birthday to Granny in the comments, baby. You better do that. So anyway, let me tell you this, cause I'm missing a few parts. Lele, every time Lele would get mad at me or I say something she didn't like, Lele would block me. You hurt my feelings. Remind you, if I'm doing something stupid, tell me that. If I do something or say something stupid, my mama gonna be honest with me. My sister's gonna be honest with me. You can't sugarcoat shit. Yes, it's a way you say it, I understand. But we've been through this so many times, Lele, and you still don't get it. So Lele kept blocking me, unblocking me, blocking me, unblocking me. And guess what my dumb ass was doing? Going right the back. Yep, I was going right back to Lele. I was like, nah, people kept telling me she not a good friend. People kept saying she really don't F with you for real. She don't see you like that. You keep opening your doors to this hoe. All types of stuff. And you know what? It took so many times for me to finally come to this point in my life where I can honestly say is that I no longer want to experience something like that. And for my viewers that are watching this video, because this isn't it's just like a eat with me vlog. I don't want to say it's like a mukbang because I don't do mukbangs. But oh, excuse me. Damn. But it's like it makes you think like to yourself, like when you really look at how you've allowed people to treat you over the years, you know what I'm saying? Or like, and you start to see a certain pattern. You start to self-reflect within yourself and ask yourself, why was I doing this to myself to where I had to keep continuing to allow people to treat me a certain way? I had to continue to keep allowing people to play in my face and make me feel as if though I wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? And then I was somebody's emotional crutch. Every time somebody wanted me, like my mama told me this. She told me this a few days ago. She said, people are going to use you, and everybody uses everybody. But at some point, it's a difference when they misuse you, when they start to abuse you in a way where, okay, I see this person is a nice individual and I'm going to take advantage of that. I see this person can't say no, so even if I leave and I come back, they going to still let me in. So at some point, I had to tell myself, and I had to hear this, like I had going through therapy and psychiatric therapy and really taking the time to really like, you know, really take the time to hold myself accountable and say, okay, Alize, you made this, you need to take responsibility for this because you put yourself in this situation, you kept doing it and you saw the patterns. So it came to a point where Lele blocked me. She got mad at me because of a situation. Just recently, she had got upset with me because the guy had put his hands on her or whatever the case may be. And then Lele told me about it, and I was just like, you know, then she asked me like, oh, do you think I'm doing the wrong thing by, you know, involving the police and all this other stuff? And I kind of was like, look, I told Lele, I said, look, I said, if you second guessing something 9 times out of 10, you don't even really want to do it yourself. He put his hands on you, so you might as well take it to that level. But Lele got mad at me because I told her, I was like, well, you know, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I feel like you saw the patterns of what he was doing and you continue to put yourself in that situation. You continue to put yourself in that predicament. Now, maybe I could have worded it a lot differently, right? But Lele got upset. She got mad at me, telling me if it wasn't for you and us not talking no more, I wouldn't be in this situation. She said, I'm sick of this friendship. But let me tell you something. You say you sick of this friendship, but you asking me to wash your clothes. You calling me because you want to sit on the phone with me and watch movies with me and do shit. You want to hang with me. You want to do all these things with me, blah, blah, blah. And then you over here trying to lead me on. And you know for a fact that at one point I did like you. But I'm over here thinking to myself, why am I allowing this bitch to do this? Like, you want all this shit without the title. Fuck that. And you didn't even want to take accountability for your shit. You blame me. I ain't had nothing to do with that. Hell no. So now, guess what, y'all? Lele stalking my social media. Stalking my TikTok. Saw that she viewed my shit. Stalking my TikTok. And I'm thinking to myself, why is Lele stalking me? Like, what? Like, you over here viewing my stuff, but this is what she did before. The last time she started talking to me, Lele stopped talking to me, right? Last time she started talking to me or whatever, she had hit me up with those emoji eyes. You know how you females be doing them emoji eyes. And then she was all like, oh, I was thinking of you. I was drunk. The fuck? So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, what that got to do with me? So I didn't really give her, I tested it out. I said, fuck it, let me see what Lele on. I tested it out. We started talking again. And then when this situation came up and she kept talking about this dude and how she was going to put a restraining order on him, all this other shit. Boom. That's when she blocked me again because I told her, you knew who he was. He showed you who he was. I was always told, don't let nobody show you twice who they are. Let them show you once. A person go show you their true colors. So he showed you his true colors and you continue to still mess with him. And then you put yourself in that position. But I told her you have to take accountability. She didn't want to do that. Lele never want to take accountability. Well, Lele want to blame everybody else. She want to blame everybody. She want to blame the cats, the dogs. Lele want to blame you. She don't want to take accountability and responsibility for her own actions. Now, I'm not saying what he did to her was right. I'm not saying you know, far as like, okay, he hit you, you know what I'm saying? That's on you type stuff. You can't control nobody else's anger or their actions. But at the same time, it's like you already told me he showed signs of aggression to you once, Lele. So why you still with him? Cause what? It's good. Mind you, bro ain't helped her. Bro ain't done. She done everything for this man. But this is what Lele do. She does everything for everybody else but herself. And in the end, and it's crazy because that's how I was. You feel me? And even still, I still have a heart. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm a very kind individual. It's like, we got nice people. Nah, nigga, I'm kind. Not nice. I'm a kind person. Meaning that, you feel me? Like, my heart is big. So when I will give you my last, like, you know, and I don't have to tell you, oh, I'm real. I don't have to tell you none of that. You would just you would just have to get to know me yourself. But by first impression, you'll know, like, okay, Alizé solid. And I noticed that when you do that, people will take advantage of that. So I want y'all to know and learn from this video. At the end of the day, y'all, you know what I'm saying? If you dealing with people that won't take accountability for their actions, you need to drop them. If you yourself have to take accountability for even how you treat yourself at the end of the day. And that's something that I learned. And that's why I'm not upset with Lele. I forgive Lele. But I don't want to fuck with Lele. Okay. Lele made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Lele made me feel, she said I wasn't masculine enough. I was too feminine and talking about all these dudes and putting them in my face. Told me. And then, that's why I said, I don't want Lele. She not my person. Never was. See, I used to chase. Even with my ex-girlfriend. And y'all seen a video. My ex-girlfriend treated me like shit. But that's because I allowed her to. I didn't have boundaries. I didn't know how to say no. I was always yes, 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 yes. And in the process of that, you know, I have nothing against my ex-girlfriend. You know, she in a relationship. She happy. And I'm happy for her. But I knew, you're not my person. And I'm going to be honest with you. Did I manifest? Did I actually try to manifest my ex back? I did. But in the long run, I told myself this is not what I want. And she's not the person I want. You know what I'm saying? So in the end, y'all got to understand, like, and I want to say this too. If you manifesting somebody, especially if it's an ex, and y'all have gone through certain situations, I'm not saying that you can't manifest a new story, but ask yourself, does this person really make you feel like you're enough? Has this person ever made you feel a certain way, even in the past? Because I told myself that's not the kind of shit I want to experience. I don't want to, hell no. And even still then, I don't want to keep re-experiencing the same things over and over again, because I have to look within myself and realize that I am the cause. I'm the cause because I wasn't at one point taking accountability of how I was treating myself. And how I treat myself is exactly how people are just going to show up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I don't blame Lele, because I allowed her to run over me. I allowed her, I didn't have no say so. I was just like, yeah, you could come, you could go, you could leave and still come back. So the moral of the story is, look, y'all, don't mess with nobody who is going to make you feel less than you are. And don't mess with nobody who can't take fucking accountability for their actions. If a person can't say or admit that they're wrong for doing something to you, why would you even want to pursue or even let alone try to recreate a story with this bitch? I mean, with them. But look, I'm just the messenger. And so y'all, my chili cheese fries got cold. Eating cold ass food because of y'all. It's not y'all fault. The air on. But yeah. Take accountability. Once in your damn life, take accountability. Stop blaming everybody. Stop saying it's the devil. Stop saying it's this, it's that. No, nigga, it's you. Baby, until people learn how to take accountability, they're going to forever keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed my little tea talk with Zay. Probably that's what I'm going to title it. Episode 1, Tea Talk with Chubby Zay. Yeah, bitch, I got chubby. I'll still take your hoe. No, I'm married. Bye. Bye, hoe.